Hello everyone. In this lecture, which is lecture number 2 on RStudio, we are going to cover the following topics: creating vectors in R, source and console windows in RStudio, workspace window, plots and files window in RStudio, other way to install packages of R, and the last topic is RScript, the creation of RScript and operations that can be done on script file. In lecture 1 on R and RStudio, we have already seen the first way to install different packages that are there in the library. So let us go towards the actual demonstration. Let me open my RStudio. I'm going to clear everything from RStudio windows. Let me close. This is console window. I have to clear all the information that is right now displaying on the screen. So I will press Ctrl Enter together. So the window on console window will get clear. Here there is minimize and maximize button of console window. If I click on that, the console window will get minimized and you can see now the source window. Okay, so let us first of all see different windows that are displayed on the RStudio. It can be a kind of repetition, but in short, I will tell you again. Let me open my open board just to take the presentation dot. Now, in the RStudio, one can see the file here, that is the left top corner window. So the left top corner window means this window is called as source window. Bottom left corner window is called as console window. So in this console window, we can install packages or run a particular command. This is console window. Let me just click on this broom icon here to clear everything on the workspace. So this third window, which is the right top corner window, is called as the workspace. Workspace window, which is upper right corner window, stores all variables. And this right bottom window is also called as files and plot window, is used to plot files window, and it keeps working directories and shows graphics. So this is how the TextStudio is divided into 4 different windows. To clear the variables, whatever we type in source file, console file, workspace, or in files and plot window, one can use this broom icon. So this broom icon is there in files and plot window also. So just now I demonstrated that something was there in this environment or workspace. I cleared it with this broom icon. So this broom icon is present in the workspace window, in files and plot window, and in console also. So as we proceed, I will show you how to use it, but you have to use this broom carefully. So let us first of all start with creation of vectors. So let me just go in the source file, which is source file is upper left window, this window. This is called as source window. Here we can create script files and we can work on those script files, and the corresponding commands, those are written in this source window, that can be run in the console. So one may start with directly working on console. Suppose you don't want to use the source window, which is top left corner window. One can minimize it. How to minimize it? It's like that. So here one can drag console window like this, which goes up, and one can come, or one can minimize this console again. Just to start with the script, one can minimize this like that. Suppose you have to work on both the windows, then you can just drag this console here, and one can start writing in script file or in source file, and one can also use console. Okay, so whatever variables you will define in workspace, whatever variables you will define in source file or console, that the information of those variables will get displayed in this workspace window. And if we are doing any using any graphical commands, their representations are seen in files and plot command. Okay, so let us start with now creation of vectors. So suppose I start, so first of all, I have to create a script file. So how to create a script file, that first of all we will see. So suppose I have to create a script file first. So let me first of all tell you what is meant by a script file. So script file is a plain text file in which you save your R code. So here I will click on file and I will open a new file. And after new file, you will get this R script. So this is my first R script that I am going to create now. So let me, so if you just click, you will get, the first was the untitled R script, which was by default, and second is getting open now, which is untitled 2. So first of all, you have to save it with some name just for our understanding. So you can save it like, so one can save it like save as, and you may give this as the name like practice script file, and you may save it on your desktop, where actually I have made one folder on my desktop, namely my R project. So there I will go. There are 2 script files which are already created by myself. There I will save this file. I can change the name like practice2 because practice1 is there. So this is practice2 script file which is saved on my desktop. Let me just close this untitled script file. Now come to this practice2.r. .r is the extension of the script file. Now, you know, script file allows us to show your work to others and also reproduce and modify the results. So first you create a folder, namely my project, on your desktop and save script files and datasets over there. So creation of script file, I have just now shown you. So after creation of your script file, whatever you will write in the script file will get saved, and later you can use those commands, or even if you don't remember any command, so you can have a look at these script files where you have done the practice of commands in R. So later you can refer it. So that's the use. Now, yeah, so creation of the script file is done. And how to save script file, that also I have shown you. So you have to just click on that particular untitled page. You have to go to file here and you have to just save it like that. So you can change the name as we are doing in Microsoft Office in Word file, same thing. .r is the extension. One can see here .r is the extension of the script file. So .r is the extension and it is added by RStudio to the file saved. So now let us start working in this RStudio on our script file. So practice2.r is my script file inside which I will be writing my codes now. So let us start. So you have to just first of all click inside the script file. The cursor will blink over there. So there I will write, say, for example, suppose I have to create a vector, then I will write, say, vector v, then less than hyphen, which is used as a assignment operator. So v is the object used for storing say 5 numbers in the vector form from 1 to 5, say. So v is the name, object name, or a variable name, and this object is used for storing 5 numbers, say. Less than hyphen is the operator that stores something, which is also called as an assignment operator. And then I will just use the command C. So C is the command to create vectors. Okay. So C, after that you just take a blank round bracket, and inside that you write whatever vector numbers that are present over there. So it's a row vector that I am creating starting from, say, 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 we can do. So this is how to create a vector in script file. But then it's just, the command is just typed right now. It is not yet executed. So how to execute this command is just simply you have to click on source. Source button is present over here at the top title bar of your um, your source file. So here the source button is present, that also you can click. So source button, when you create, whatever you have written inside the script file practice2 will get executed and its output will be shown in the console window. But right now we have written just one command. So even if you press source or even if you just press run, it will be okay. Source runs everything, whatever you have written inside your script file, and its output will be seen in the console and workspace. The corresponding variable information will be shown in the workspace window. And if you click on run, and if you just have a cursor on that particular command, only that command will get executed. So let's say I will show you. So suppose I go here on the first line inside my R script, and suppose I press run. One can see here in the console, the command is executed, and in the workspace window, it is showing the particulars of that variable v. So variable v is a numeric kind of variable starting from 1 to 5, and the entries in this object are object name is v. So entries are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is how it goes. Even if, so suppose I go again in the source file and suppose I press source, again that command will get executed, and this is the address of your source file. So it's from user COEP. On my desktop I have created this folder, my R project. Inside that you have this practice2.r file. So this is the address of your script file. So along with that it will get executed. So this is how to create vectors in a script file, but you have to take some precautions. So what precautions you have to take? So uh, when you use object name, so here I have used the object name v. So never use command names as object names. So say for example, C is the command that is used to create vectors. So never use that C to name the object or any other command also. Secondly, object names cannot start with a number. So here you cannot start your object name. Say my object name is V. V is a vector starting from 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a row vector 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it cannot start with a name. So if you do like that, it will show you an error. So object names never start with a number. Thirdly, never use special characters in the object names, like say for example, suppose I use it like this, special characters suppose say tilde or any other. Don't use special characters. So simple object names, you may call it as a vector also. So vector is a row vector starting from 1 to 5, and you may run it. So you just go at the end of this command and just say run. It will get executed in the console. And again, in the workspace, you can see you have the another object name vector, which is also a row vector from 1 to 5. And lastly, object names are case sensitive. So you have to use it carefully, because if you have to use it for the future calculations, you have to use it care. So now let us go ahead. So suppose the vectors also can be created using some other commands, like suppose I say v and less than hyphen, and suppose I use this command c, and inside a round bracket suppose I write 1:5, and if I just press run, the vector is again defined it. I will just call it as the v1. It cannot start with a number. It may run with a, it may end with a number. And here in the workspace, now you can see you have a vector from 1 to 3, 4, 1 to 5. So this is also the another way of defining a vector. So suppose I have to create a vector, a row vector with 3 ones, 4 twos, and 5 threes. So how will you do it? So let us call this as a v2. V2 is the another vector inside which I want 3 ones, then 4 twos. So I want, so C is the command to create vector. So I want 3 ones, 4 twos, and 5 threes, say. And then suppose I press just run. You can see in the workspace, V2 is number from 1 to 12. 12 is the length of your vector. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay. So other way to do it, this, I can do it like, say, suppose I first of all create the another vector v3 less than hyphen, and I will just use this command rep inside a round bracket. So it is coming in the drop down box. So rep is the command. So I want 1 3 times. So I will just write 1 comma 3. And if I press run, it will show you that v3 is the vector 1, 1, 1. In the workspace, you can see here, the workspace window, you just see v3 is a vector 1, 1, 1. Similarly, we may go ahead with the another part of your vector v2, because I want 2 4 times. So I will just call it as v4 less than hyphen rep, and I want 2 how many times? 4 times. So 2 comma 4. And if I press run, it will show you v4 2 2 2 2 in the workspace. You just see over there v4 in a workspace 2 2 2 2, and then I want 3 5 times. So I will just again go in the script file, and I will just say v5 less than hyphen rep, and then I want 3 5 times. So 3 comma 5, you just press run. So it will show you v5. Now v2 is the v2 is made up of v3, v4, and v5. 3 ones, 4 twos, and 5 threes. So okay, I will just call it as a new vector, new vec, and I will define it with the help of v3, v4, and v5. So you just say C. So it's a row vector made up of v3, v4, and v5. So new vec and v2 will be same. So it's a row vector starting with v1. So sorry, v3, comma v4, and v5. Suppose I press enter, it will show you the new vector. Look at the workspace here. New vector is the vector starting from 1 1 1 2 2 2 3 3 3 3 3, which is made up of 12 numbers. So that will you can. So these windows lengths also you can adjust like this. Suppose you have to see workspace clearly like that. Here the 4 directions of arrows will come that you can just pick up and just adjust the lengths and width whatever you want. This is how to create vectors in the script file, and this is how to run those commands. Okay. Now suppose you have to clear everything on console. What you have to do is just you have to click on this broom icon on the console. So let me just click on broom icon. The console will get clear. You can have the source again. Okay, so we have written too many commands now inside a script file. So what you do is just source. So if I press source, every command will get run in one click. So if I just click on source, it will just show you all the commands that are running inside a console. So all the commands it is showing. So this is how to work with vectors. Now let us go with suppose I wants to use the broom icon very carefully. So why I'm saying all these things, because after this, suppose I plot the suppose I take the first vector, say v1, or vector rather say, which is made up of 1 2 3 4 5, very first vector, or rather say v1. Suppose you concentrate on v1, and suppose I want to use the command plot. So I will just go to script file and I will use the command plot, and inside the plot command it is coming in drop down menu by default. If I click or enter, you will get around empty row open bracket, and then inside that you just write v1. So if I write v1 and if I run this command, what it will happen is it will show you an error, because you have to give the margins. So you have the plot, you have the error in the plot command because margins are too large. So let me just use it again. If I use this plot command and let us say the first vector, suppose I take say vector, and suppose I just use this plot command, then what it shows, I have to just see. Again, you have the figure margins are too large. So anyhow, so what I just want to tell you is you have to use this broom icon very carefully. So don't, first of all, do not use the broom in a workspace. So suppose I use the broom icon, I can use in workspace also. So suppose in the workspace window, I use this broom. One can see this broom. So here, suppose I click, it will first of all ask you, are you sure that you want to remove all the objects from the environment? So if I say yes, all the history will get removed from your RStudio. And now this RStudio will not understand what is V1, what is V2, what is V3, and so on. So what you have to do is you have to just do it very, very carefully. Let me just do one thing. Let me go to script file and let us remove few numbers from the first vector. And suppose I run this. So it shows you there are 4 numbers in the workspace. And suppose I use this plot command again. Again, it is showing the problem in the margin. Anyway, I will just come back to this problem in the next lecture. Now we have to go ahead with the packages. So R packages are the collection of R functions, compiled codes, and sample data. So just note that R packages are stored under the directory called as library in R environment. So in R environment, you have that directory, namely library, and there all the packages are stored. To see how many and what are the packages installed in RStudio, what you have to do is you have to just type library in the console window. So let me just clear this console window. Why the plot is not taking? Because the margins are there. So I will just discuss about this point in the next plot lecture. So suppose I come in the console and suppose I type the function, type the command library. So it is coming by default. If I just press enter, it will take that command on console. So inside that, you just type this library in the console, and if I just press enter, okay, how to run a command in the console, you have to just press enter. Okay, so you can see above that it shows all the packages and sample data. These are all sample datas, and the packages here are see here the packages in library it is showing. In the source window you just see. When I run this library empty bracket command using enter, it is showing us all packages and data frames or whatever data are stored. So these are all the packages. So in the first lecture we installed package namely MASS mass. Can it be seen? Yes, here it is. Mass package we have installed. So it is showing over here. PLAVR package also we have installed. So all those packages will be seen over here. And above that, you have the data frames. Okay. So this is how to see how many packages and data frames are there already installed in your library on your RStudio. Now, suppose I have to install the new package. So in the last lecture 1 on R and RStudio, I have told you this command install dot packages. The command is coming. I will just enter. And suppose I have to install mass package, it will get installed. So this is how the installing is going on. Even if you have installed it already, it will not show you any error, and then it will show you package mass is successfully unpacked and installed. So this is how to install a package. But there is other way to install a package in R and RStudio. So how to do it is selecting tools button. So look at the top title bar of this RStudio. So here there is tool. So you just select tool button on the top title bar and click on install packages. So let us do it. So this is other way of installing packages. So if I press on tools, there is the button install packages below that. I'll click on that. Now the command like this will appear on your window when you click on that install package button. And then inside this blank window where the cursor is clicking, cursor is blinking, I will say another package, say ggplot2. So I'll just type the word ggplot2. There are various packages which are starting their names with ggplo. So suppose I just type ggplo and suppose I have to install ggplot2 or any other package, you may take that name and you just say install. Now the installation is starting of ggplot2, and it will show you after the completion that it is unpacked successfully and installed. Unpacked means it is installed on your RStudio. So this is how to install. This is another way of installing packages on R. Now, suppose I have to use some command from a particular package. Say for example, MASS mass package just now we have installed. Let me just clear everything on console using that broom, and let us close this library. Suppose here I have to use some particular command from mass because every package is coming with a advanced commands. So from mass, I'll be using the command say fraction. So first of all, what you do is first of all call that package in the console. So that can be done using the command library, and inside the round bracket you just say MASS mass. If I press enter, the library mass will, so mass package we have called right now. After that, suppose I have to use a particular command, say fractions is a command from mass I am using. So it is showing by default. If I press enter, it will take it. And suppose I have to take the fractions of some variables. So let me first of all define variables at least. So suppose first var is a first variable that I'll be defining as say 3, and second var is the second variable that I'll be defining it. Its number is say 6. If I press enter, the particulars are shown in the workspace. And then suppose I have to take the fractions of these two variables. Fractions command is used. Okay, so fractions using mass function, of course, using mass package. So fractions, that command will appear automatically, and then you take fraction of first variable, that is also coming by default, oblique second var. And if I press enter, it will show you that fraction 3 by 6 is 1 upon 2. So this is how to call a particular command for from a particular package that is installed. So namely from mass I'm recalling, and we are working on that. So this is how to use different commands from the particular packages and everything. And I have shown you how to create script files, how to save script files, and so on. So yeah, so how to use source button, then a run button on the source window, that also we have seen. So one can see all above commands in the console window by clicking on source and run. So one more thing, that you can run a particular command in the script file using control shift enter also, or you have to suppose say run a particular batch of commands. So suppose I have to run v1 v2 v3, only these three commands from script file. What you do is just select all those three lines or commands and just say control shift and enter. So it will show you the corresponding commands on console. Yeah, so this is how to do it. So control shift enter is the another way of running the command. Now other thing is, suppose I have to comment, because I don't know what I'm doing in the script file. So some information, suppose you have to provide to yourself for your future understanding purpose. The commenting can be done using hashtag. Okay, so hashtag, I can define it like creating vectors in R. Suppose this is the name of your work file. You may do the commenting. So suppose you have to comment a particular command. So this command is now executable command. But suppose I don't have to execute a command, you can comment it using commenting and uncommenting from the code. So what you do is just go on that particular line. So suppose say second line, and just go to code, and then you just click on comment and uncomment lines. So suppose I click on that, this particular line is comment in a comment form. So this will not execute if you run it. Suppose I have to uncomment it again, you have to just again go to code and uncomment it. Again it will be a operated form of the command. So this is how to do it. So the last thing that I wanted to tell you in this lecture is loading one script on the other script. Okay, so what you do is just click on source of the first script. So suppose I say, let me just remove these two commands. Plot commands we will just discuss in the next session. And let me just source this. So here I have just pressed source, and I have, so every command is now run. Now here you can see the address of your source file or the script file. So what you do is just simply copy it without that arrow that is appearing in the very first. So select it from, sorry. So what you just copy it from this word source. We just do it again. Yeah. So let us press control C. It is, the address is copied. And what you do is just create the another script file inside your folder, my R project that you have created on your desktop. So let me call this as a practice3 script file. And then you just save it. Now practice3 is also open, practice2 is already open. What I have done is I have copied the address of the source of practice2 file. I will just paste it over here by pressing Ctrl V. So now that address is getting uh, um, pasted in the practice3 script file. And now what why we are doing all these things? Because I have to now run everything, whatever I have done in practice2 script file in practice3. So therefore we are using this. And now you have to just use the command print script loaded inside the double colon. So suppose I use this command script loaded. So whatever script above this print command you have loaded, namely your practice2 script file, that will get printed. Okay. And then what you have to, let me just close everything on the console, then you will understand. So now we are in practice3 script file. And suppose I run this command, it will just print it. Okay. Whatever you have written. And suppose I source it, what it does is it have executed whole your source of the address of your practice2 in the today's session, whatever you have created, that will get run. So one can see in the console everything is appearing again. So it means that the practice3, so suppose I use these two commands together. Suppose I copy and paste the address bar of my first script file, and suppose I use the command print script loaded, everything will get again executed inside the console, and it will, the corresponding information or the particulars of those variables will get displayed in the workspace. With this, I will stop here with the lecture 2 on RNR Studio. Thank you.